Welcome to the Bush League Podcast, a show about nothing and everything.
Right?
Nobody appreciates excellence in execution.
That's correct.
Yep.
The hitman.
So I'm going to put it on the podcast here, so people who can hold us accountable. Are we going to the Formula One race or what? In Cameron's camper? Are you doing it? Check the tickets. Someone check. I don't know how to check. You
I
check.
can't check this year.
I'm looking right now.
I got to book next year.
Cameron's got his scribbler full.
Cameron's camping this year.
I'm camping this year, but
We probably can't even get to this one anyway. I mean, if it's like it's
next year
probably
that'd be
already-
awesome. I have the trailer though.
Is he honestly turning us down already? We haven't even looked to see if there's tickets.
This year, yes. Not lying. Next year.
When is it?
June.
Oh no, I can't.
Katie can come with us. Katie, come on. with us.
So you got the three of you guys are going to be in the same bed? Just throwing it out there.
You told me you can sleep 6.
Oh yeah, you can turn the bed. Yeah.
Did you say 6?
They've done 3 in a van before. 3 in a trailer would be no problem.
There are tickets.
Is that right?
There are tickets.
Well, here's
Cameron?
the deal. If it's not this year, it's next year.
Next year? Give me time to prepare.
We can get in Grandstand 46
Grandstand 46.
I don't know what that means.
for $523 each.
Holy painful.
Boy, yeah, next year. How about next year?
Yep.
But now with some of these tickets, you can make monthly payments to save up for a ticket.
Oh my gosh.
$33 a month
You know
for the
what?
year to get a ticket to.
If I sell the Rantanen, I can go to a Formula One race. That's how I look at it.
You sell the what?
The Rantanen,
Oh,
the jersey.
nice. You and your jerseys.
I can't get in. I don't know.
We won't go there today. All right. Bush topics?
Bush topics.
Thanks. We don't even need the segue music now, Cam.
I don't remember what it was.
If
I
you
don't
could do
remember
that
what
again.
the music is.
Exactly what Cameron
It was
just
pretty
did.
much exactly
All right, cool.
Les topiques de bush.
We'll learn to say bush
Is there any
topics.
topics? Is anyone listening to this anymore?
Yeah,
Since we've
Really?
gone on hiatus?
2 people.
We didn't really go. We didn't really go on hiatus. Per se.
Well, it's like a month we missed.
Whoa! In how
Right?
many years?
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah,
fair
go.
enough.
Which Star Wars character would best represent you?
Jar Jar Binks.
Jabba the Hutt.
Wow! Why did you pick Jabba the Hutt?
Because he's large and he eats. That's what I do. Just in general. I mean, he eats people, but I don't do that.
Eats frogs for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to be a Mandalorian, but realistically, I'm more of a Han. I'd shoot first.
Yeah,
I can only be characters from the original movies.
Yeah, are we talking like the
Main
Are we
characters, I'm
talking
probably
the
more of
movies,
a
or are we
Luke.
Cameron, you don't get a say. You're Chewbacca.
You're just Luke Skywalker?
Main
No.
characters, I would be more
in the
of a Luke.
Mandalorian? There's
Yeah.
that bounty hunter Chewbacca looking guy.
Heather says you're Chewbacca. I say you're.
An Ewok.
I say you're an Ewok. You're Wicket the Ewok.
That's hurtful. I'm at least a yeah.
You can throw rocks. You're crafty in the woods.
I'm the band in the bar there.
Yeah, the little blue guy playing the guitar, playing the piano thing. I love that they showed back up in that new show in The Mandalorian. They showed up in it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They're
they're
that song?
still playing. I was like,
The
look, he's
same
still
one?
going.
That's hilarious.
That's an age today.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we all know you're gonna all say Chewbacca, or Ewok. So
Ewok's more vertically appropriate.
Are you making fun of the vertically challenged? Tread lightly.
Oof.
I have to. I might step on you by accident.
Wow. I'd say I'm hurt, but I'm good with it.
Should see the size of some of the grade 9s now in school. I have to watch where I step. It could be bad.
Peel a grade 9 off your shoe.
Oh, goodness gracious. Like 3'6". All right. If you could be an inanimate object for one, this is very specific. If you could be an inanimate object for a year, what would you choose?
I would be the James Webb Space Telescope.
Ooh.
1 year, be a good time out there. See what's happening out in the,
Out in space by yourself.
Yeah,
floating
just
around.
orbiting around a Lagrange
Wow.
point.
Wow.
That was very quick.
And it was like super insightful too.
I wanted to talk about it today at some point, so I'm just throwing it
Yeah,
in.
but as I'm reading it, I'm like, a toaster.
I wouldn't mind being.
The Mars rover would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah, the Mars rover. Yeah, 100%.
Whole planet to yourself, cruising around, big drive.
He thinks it's to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know what that would be. I'm pretty useless, so I'd say a rock, but
1
It's
year
not
of your
what you
life,
should
you could be an inanimate object. I'd be a rock.
I like how your approach is like, what do I deserve to be?
so
Not
far the
what I
rock's
w-
winning, Jay.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm thinking of something that's like you never think about. It's hidden away, but then you
No one ever
can't
tr-
live without it when you need it.
No one ever blames the
Wow.
butterflies.
Like a can opener.
Make fun of me for a rock and you carry a can opening. I suppose it's still useful though. I want to be a camper.
I had
trailer.
can opener pretty down on the list of things that I would have said based on that.
Yeah, I don't have a
TV would be cool.
car would be cool.
You wouldn't
Can
get
you-
bored if you're a TV. You just watch
I don't know.
yourself all
Can-
the time.
Can you watch
Don't you do that in the
yourself?
mirror anyway?
Yeah. I don't know.
You could be the DRS on an F1 car.
Yes.
Open, close.
Open,
Open,
close.
close.
And like, are you an inanimate object and you have some control?
You're
Like you're Lewis Hamilton's DRS and he goes to pass
Well-
Verstappen and you just go,
No. or jam
No, but
open.
But that makes
I
you an
opened a
animate object,
millimeter
does it
too
not?
far.
Wouldn't that be an animate object at that point, which is not
No,
the
an
scope of the
inanimate
question?
object is something that doesn't move, though, right?
What does inanimate mean?
I thought it was something.
It's not moving. It's being moved by a mechanical.
being moved.
Right, but if you decide as yourself to move, isn't that
Just
make
decide, like, no.
you know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't know.
Does that cross the animate boundary?
I don't know.
You want to be the gear that controls the.
the gear.
All right.
You want to go to fifth? Nope. Going back to first. Bing!
Are you a hockey fan, interested in collecting hockey memorabilia, or know someone who is? 506 Breaks is the Facebook group for you. Often imitated, never duplicated. 506 Breaks is your place to get and win signed hockey jerseys, pucks, and picks. Home of the $5 headliner, dynamic duos, and the insanely fun Sunday Fun Day. 506 Breaks will fulfill all your hockey collecting needs. And you meet other collectors while doing it. So stop by and give Stu a hello from us. Check out 506 Breaks.
Okay.
I know you were all prone to injuries.
Oh
What's the
my.
funniest way you've been injured?
The funniest
The
way?
funniest way?
Well, Jeremy's racking his brain, boys. There's been a lot. Tyson, too. Tyson can't even figure it out. He's got list. Well, he's actually pulling out a piece of paper.
Oh boy.
Jericho's list of 1,000 holes. Oh gosh.
Like, and when they mean by injuries, are we talking like, okay, just a okay. The worst, well,
No, the
Funniest
funniest.
way.
mine is kind of funny in a way. It's funny I didn't get killed, but it's
I feel bad that I can think of at least 3 different ways I've injured you, and I have to rank the way that they're funny.
I only have one. I have one, and it was kind of funny how it all kind of in the end happened. I got knocked out, but you know,
Yeah, been there too, bud.
that was Dougie.
Yeah. Knocked me out cold.
That's a separate list. The funny ways Dougie has injured you.
Those are people help inflicted on you.
Yeah.
He has a list of that. Though. That's the funny part. He legitimately does.
Yeah.
An injury that was. Yeah. Was it technically funny? It was funny to the person that was there.
What was it?
Oh,
The anticipation's killing me now.
At my dad's camp, there's a bunch of there's a sand pit, a whole bunch of sand pits, and we used to race down the road. You turned 90 degrees, you went into this sand pit, and you kind of turned to the left, and it was like kind of banked. The bank was banked,
Like the old sliding hill.
yeah, and you would go down and around the turn. Well, we used to race, so and the path was only big enough for like a bike, and when you had 5 guys and 5 bikes trying to funnel into one lane, it normally ended not well for somebody. And on this particular day, I was on the outside of the turn, and Tyson Theriault was on the inside of the turn. So when we all made the turn to pull in, of course, you're racing and you're thinking, I'm going to beat the other guy because I'm going to play the game of chicken. I'm not going to brake till, I'm going to be the last guy to brake and make this 90-degree turn and go and turn to your right. So as we all swung at the same time, I was on the edge and I kind of bounced. Well, what I didn't realize was Tyson lost control and slid into everybody. And when the 4 other bikes hit me, I was on the end and it pitched me completely off of the bike. And they just stopped. Like they didn't roll forward because everybody got locked up. And they turned to look at my bike and it was still standing, but they couldn't see where I was because I had actually gone by a tree. And I thought, well, I'll grab the tree and that'll stop me. What I didn't realize is on the other side of this tree was about a 6-foot drop into the sand pit. And that is where I went.
Oh, jeez.
So they all were like, hey, where's Cam? And Tyson's like, oh, I'm sure he's on the other side of this tree. And I was down in the pit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So it was kind of funny to them because they were laughing because they were all stuck together and it was like an Insta stop and they didn't know where I disappeared to. Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of science involved in that one.
I'm still trying to figure out how it was.
A lot of physics.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how the bikes all jammed together and how it only threw me off the bike, yet my bike was still connected to theirs, all with the pedals intertwined in pedals. Like all the pedals were intertwined in tires. Like it was just like everybody was stacked in together. It's like someone took us and shuffled us together and yeah.
Huh.
I'm
You
trying to
were
think.
the end of the pendulum, the ball.
Yeah.
I was.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was
Yep.
the
Exactly.
momentum.
I know my funniest one, I've already told the story. It was when we went sliding that night.
Oh, in
Aspen.
Red Bank?
Yeah, and I had no idea how big the jump was because it was dark and I went off of it and was in the air for a long time to the point that I can remember having thoughts about like,
Uh-oh.
I'm in the air for
This
a
is pretty high.
long time.
Why is this not over
Yeah.
yet?
Yeah, and I landed and I did a good number on my face when I
Yeah, you
landed
did.
on it.
I see it's never healed.
But yeah, that's somewheres in one of these podcasts somewhere.
See, I can think of dumb ways that
Well, those are funny.
it's not even that funny, but it's just stupid. So like,
That's a long list, I'm probably pretty sure.
no, but like so one night, okay, so what, it doesn't involve you guys at all. So I'll tell this, but one night I'm coaching basketball and it was right after school, right? I'm coaching boys basketball.
Okay.
And they didn't have enough boys to scrimmage.
So you
So
jumped in.
after practice, I jumped in and we're running back and forth. And one of the boys had a real funny shot. And I remember talking to him before saying like, listen, you got to fix because you're going to get pushed over or you're going to get run over, right?
Yeah.
And I'm telling him, this is the half funny part, that you're going to roll an ankle, you're going to whatever, you're going to, right? The whole bit, shooting the way you shoot. So then we're scrimmaging later. I had just lectured him on don't shoot the way you shoot. So we're playing later, and I'm up top, and I shot a 3. It went in, by the way. I only preface that with I had missed the other 2. So this one went in. And didn't I roll my ankle? After me telling him
not to roll his ankle.
you're going to roll your ankle. But it was just, that's it. I roll my ankle. I get back on defense. And by the time I get back on defense or whatever, we're scrimmaging, I realize this hurts. Like something's not,
Something not copacetic here.
yeah, something's not quite. And the thing is, like I used to play a lot of basketball. Gosh, Gary, that's all we used to do at the church was basketball, right? Floor hockey, basketball.
Yeah, I know. I
And,
know what that is.
back in the day, you rolled your ankle, you walked it off, it
Yeah.
hurt for a second, and you kept on going. And this wasn't getting walked off.
Oh, this was bad then. You know, it
Right?
was bad.
So I'm back underneath the net, whatever. We turn the ball over. We're going back up court. And by the time I get to center court on offense again, I realized, no, something's not. I'm looking down and it's already starting to swell out over my shoe in a matter of like
yeah,
45 seconds. So
you are in trouble.
the coach for the other team was there. He went and got my car for me. I said, thanks. And I drove myself to the hospital. I remember I said to the nurse, like, I can't believe this out of all of it, because I had just lectured this kid too on rolling ankle. And I remember thinking, like, I can't believe this. I told her, like, it's probably a sprain. I'm aware of the routine. I've been here before.
Yeah, I can't go back to school like this.
Oh my gosh, because I've had sprains and then I've had bad sprains where I better go check at the hospital. Bad sprain, right? And this was a bad sprain. And I said, yeah, I know the routine. And they put me in a chair or whatever. And even like 4 hours later, so I'm dating Amanda at the time, right? We're dating. And I call her and said, I'm at the hospital. And she was coming up the next day anyway. And she's like, I'll be right up. I said, it's okay. And you know the hospital, right? She leaves just outside of Halifax, walks in the emergency room door. I'm still sitting there.
Wow.
I'm still sitting there. She's driven from Halifax to Miramichi, right?
As soon as you say it, as soon as you triage, you tell them foot, they're like, yep, he's not going to die.
Yeah, he's not going to die.
He can wait.
So the nurse comes out, calls my name. I roll into the other room. We're up to send you for x-rays. And, you know, me being me, like, do you know the way? And I'm like, yeah, I got it. I know where x-ray is.
On my way.
And about 45 minutes later, they send me for x-rays. The doctor walks in with the clipboard, flips the page and goes, yeah, no, it's broke.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I remember just kind of being in shock. I never broke a bone in my life. Like, excuse me? He said, well, actually, it's cracked. But it's cracked in 2 places.
Ooh, that takes skill.
Right?
It's fractured.
So I said, so what, because he, just the way, but he sighed and goes, yeah, no, it's broke. And I'm like, so what do I do? He said, well, here's what we're going to do is you won't necessarily need a cast for the fracture, but it looks like you tore a lot of ligaments anyway. So either way, they're going to want to put you into a cast. So between the fracture and the tears and the ligaments in your ankle, they're going to have to put you in a, I said, okay, so now what? And in typical, this is like 5 hours now after I've done it, right? So now, you guys know what it's like. So now I'm hungry. I can't walk, so I couldn't even go get myself a sandwich sitting in this hospital. Well, you'll have to come back tomorrow because there's no one here to put a cast on tonight.
What?
And they send me, so here's the actual funny part. So they send me home, and you guys remember my old bedroom basement of my parents because I just moved home and I'm dating Amanda and we're not married yet and we're going to get this little house, right? And so my alarm goes off in the morning. I get up, I swing myself out of bed. I cannot walk
onto the floor,
and I'm facing kind of the door with my legs stretched out, like my ankle, like it's looking black and blue and it's all swollen up. She comes down, not knowing I'm up yet, and swings the door open. And like, I'm not going to go to the hospital. It's like, you're telling me.
So you go to the hospital?
Yeah. And that was the story that kept continuing because I think it was 6 weeks later. I went to the hospital. They cut the cast off. Thank goodness the cast, I can scratch. Oh my gosh, right? 6 weeks in the cast. And they left me there to walk up. You got to go get other x-rays to see if it's healed, right? And the blood's all pooled. Like my heel is black. Like it looks like frostbite. Like everything's black and purple and blue and discolored.
Ooh.
And I'm realizing like,
I can't
walk on this thing.
Because you haven't walked on it in
And
They don't get you a wheelchair or anything?
Nothing. So I hobble all the way up. And then when the nurse sees me, she grabs me a chair. But I've walked all the way up the hallway from orthopedics to, right? And they sent me back down and he looks at the x-rays and he kind of laughs. He goes, yeah, you're not quite ready there yet. Like, you're telling me I can't walk. In another 2 weeks in the cast, I was 8 weeks in this foot cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I just remember thinking of all the things. I shot a 3-pointer. I rolled my ankle. 10 minutes after telling this kid, if you keep shooting like that, you're going to roll your ankle. Here's how to do it right. And I rolled my ankle.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Oh, yeah. No joke. No joke.
Yeah, do as I say, not as I do. Well done, son.
Wow. Oh, yeah. And of all the things, too, it's not like I was jumping for the ball or...
Not even like I was doing something cool.
No, shot a little bunny jump shot from outside, then break my ankle. Tear everything. Yeah.
I don't know if this is funny or just because I did it in front of people.
Really funny.
I had
It's funny.
a leak in my house. So I called somebody to come fix it. And it was the winter, and my house, kind of the driveway's on a big hill. The water likes to pool on the street there, and the way they plow it and stuff, it just turns into pure ice there. So I was waiting and watched the guy pull up, and I ran out to the side of the road to meet them to say, okay, when you step out of your vehicle, watch, because it's just pure ice here. And a couple of nights ago, somebody just stepped out of his car and went down. So they're like, oh, great. Thanks for the warning. I was like, okay. And then I started running back up my driveway.
Oh, no.
Not what you're thinking. I got past the ice, but when I put my boots on, I just threw my feet into them and didn't tie them or anything. But the laces were in the boots.
Oh, no.
So there was just enough of a loop hanging out the side of the boot that as I was running, one boot caught the hook on the other boot. And I was in like a fast jog because I didn't have a coat on or anything, running back up the driveway.
Oh, wow.
And all of a sudden the boot's catching, my feet stop moving.
You keep going.
My momentum just carries me flying about 6 feet forward in the air. And the plumber guy that was in the truck says, I just saw your head going forward and then you just disappeared behind the snowbank.
You're like, yes, sir. Why, thank you.
So I kind of came down and just in the last second caught myself with my hands on the pavement, and then my face kind of smucked against it a little.
Oh, geez.
So I get up and both hands are bleeding. I got a scratch on my face. And then I try to get up I still don't know what happened, and I'm trying to get up and my feet are still hooked together. So I'm just sitting there with bloody hands kicking my feet trying to get them to unhook.
These guys are sitting there
The guy's
watching
sitting
all
on the
this.
edge of the road watching the whole time. Then I get myself
his
together.
driveway is icy.
I get myself together and go inside and try to clean up before he gets in. And then I'm just kind of, while he's working, I'm just kind of hanging out watching him and trying to keep my
pouring
hands
out of your hand.
Wow. Unreal.
Oh, man. That's good. What's the, is there more there? Or is that it? What are you doing over there?
Laughing at Clarkson.
Reading an inappropriate Jeremy Clarkson
Oh.
tweet
Jeremy
that we
Clarkson.
can't repeat on there.
Yeah, you want
Fair
to see
enough.
something? No, I suppose this couldn't be any worse than the Sheiks, though.
Yeah, it can't be worse than Iron Sheets.
Oh, man.
His
The
Twitter-
funniest Twitter account ever.
Twitter's like right. I often wonder. I was like, that can't be really him. And then I read it later, and I'm like, yeah, it sounds like
Yeah.
Nancy would talk it. Yeah, I
Not
get
a
it.
single tweet with a lowercase letter ever since he got it. All caps. And I can't repeat any of them. They're so funny. I can't say a single one of them.
Not a one.
Oh, it
Not a one.
just kills me.
If you had a censor, it'd be like bleep and bleep, 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 and bleep.
If coffee was a street drug, what would it be called?
What?
Wow.
And thank Heather for this one.
Have to be called something cool, something catchy with the bean. It'd have something with the bean in it, right?
Ooh, a bean in it.
Bean in it. Something cool.
The bean.
The bean.
The bean.
You got a
I'm
bag
on
of bean?
On the bean.
Hand me that. Yeah. Bag of. Yeah.
That's actually not bad.
Crushed bean.
That's not even funny. That's almost like what?
Yeah, that's what it would be.
Or like crude oil, you know? Because it's black.
Whole bean, half bean, ground bean, ground oil, crude oil. Do you have any crude?
Yeah, right?
Roast.
You have any
Oh, there you
roast?
go.
Oh, do you have any
Do
roast?
you have any roast?
I've got a line in the shipment, but it's unroasted.
Came right in from Colombia, boys.
Colombian bean.
It writes itself.
That's right. Mexican
Does so.
bean. What about a Mexican jumping bean?
I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching that one. We've got 2 people in Mexico that listen to us. All right. What songs would be on the soundtrack for your life?
Here I go again on my own. Back in Black. Like, I don't know.
Why Back in Black?
I don't know. That's what I used to come out when I wrestled. I just assumed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously? That's really weird, though, right? You just have to think about.
I feel like yours is Freebird.
I know you were going to say that. I can just,
Little
and
Leonard Skinner action.
And
for
the funny
Cameron.
thing is, I was hearing it in my head. I was going, I was like, Freebird, maybe, but okay, Tyson. Yeah, cool.
Poor dad come home from working all night. Me and Cameron are already in the pool, and Cameron's got blaring.
Wasn't for me. You'd never been educated
For the third straight hour.
Yeah. 24 minutes on. Oh, gosh.
Time,
That
Pink
would-
Floyd, clocks,
Ooh.
banging and gong.
I was going to say, why can't we be friends? But that's more if I had a professional wrestling career. That would be my answer.
best friends.
There was a period of life where it would have to have "What's My Age Again."
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the whole Jackass theme. Just that theme. Now, 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 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a solid choice, actually. We were idiots.
Yep.
And watched that show.
Like when
Can confirm.
like the preview for the movie, like the first time I saw it and saw they were working on it and that music plays, it just transports you back.
Yeah.
It makes you so happy
Oh,
to
so
remember
much
Because you know so
the
much
good
quotable
times.
stuff that,
Yep.
like,
It's funny.
Kiki get lost in Times Square.
I feel like partying right now. Rips off the track pants.
Boom, boom,
Pontius
boom,
was like he influenced what I find funny so much.
Eat him up.
Just
flew
so,
away.
so ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, there's so much quotable stuff that no one would know what we're talking about if you never even watched 2 minutes of.
I haven't watched all of them. I had only watched it's basically whatever you guys were watching at the time.
I watched
would
all of
see.
them too many times.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Because it
So I
reminds
didn't
you of
realize
us.
until season 2 of that show that Steve-O and Bam hadn't even met each other.
What do you mean?
I just listened to an interview with Steve-O. This all came out of a skateboard magazine, and Johnny Knoxville wanted to do for another magazine, and Thrasher said no. He wanted to test tasers and bulletproof jackets and pepper spray and stuff.
Yeah.
And basically, it's like, are you crazy? And then this other skateboard magazine at the time called Big Brother said, oh, yeah, we'll do it. Right? And then what it slowly turned into was these segments that weren't even about skateboarding anymore
Yeah.
online were getting more hits than their skateboarding segments.
Yeah, because they all don't they all skateboard?
All of them.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And that is why the common thread, like they all skateboard, right?
Mhm.
So then they started doing these funny stunts and stuff, still not a show, online,
Yeah.
right? And they were getting more views than the actual skateboard review videos, which is what the channel was for.
about. Yeah.
And then they got approached by MTV and the rest was history.
Yeah.
And they were overthinking it. Like Knoxville was supposed to, I didn't know all this till recently. Knoxville was
I didn't
supposed
know.
to be like a host. And then they realized in editing, like, we don't need a host.
No.
Just
Well-
let crap happen. One segment into the other, into the
Yeah.
other. We don't need a,
Really, it was just the line, right?
And that
I'm
was the show,
so-and-so,
like-
welcome to Jackass.
yeah,
like
that's
that
it.
was all
and
you
then
needed.
the name of the stunt we call this one the,
yeah, this one's the whatever.
the whatever on
Yeah.
the bottom.
Yeah.
Snake River jump. Right? And all that
Yeah.
stuff and everything. Like, took a header up to the, almost came up and kicked him. Like, it's just all these random, and that's how it's, but the first year, so Bam and his guys with the CKY stuff had their own
Yes.
thing going on the East
Yeah.
Coast. And then the Big Brother guys had their own stuff going on the West Coast. And they kind of amalgamated the two into a show. And it wasn't until season 2
I
that
guess,
they got renewed and got a bigger budget that these guys didn't even,
so weird.
like Rab himself and
yeah.
Ryan and Bam
Preston
and all these guys. And they had never met Preston and Wee Man and
Yeah,
Knoxville
yeah.
and Steve-O. They'd never met each other.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
that
was too
either.
young to really put together, like, because Bam's was Pennsylvania. Is that where he lived?
Yeah.
Right? I never really put together, like, the whole, like, hey, this is in the East Coast and this is in the West Coast. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't really care or put that
No.
together, but that's interesting.
The old ones were the non-gross ones.
Yeah, it was more
were
about doing
Dig a big
stupid
hole
stuff.
in Phil's lawn and
yeah.
wait till he mows over it and the thing collapses in.
And a lot of times the funniest ones was the ones that were in between.
Yeah.
Like the one just all just randomly cuts to Bam crossing the street and he sees Buddy's got both his windows down. As he's crossing, he just casually walks over to the car, crawls through the passenger window, across the guy, out the other window, and then just keeps on walking across the street as if nothing happened.
And the poor
And that
guy's
was the-
left looking like,
And
what?
the guy's just looking like, what? And that was the kind of stuff that was like,
Actually, the funniest, yeah.
found the funniest. But anyway, I don't know if I'd had so the Jackass theme song.
That theme song fits for me about the age of 17 to 23. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is fair.
After that, I'm not quite just, it is the entire Dark Side of the Moon album. I don't know. Gongs and noises. And what is your favorite sandwich that you make yourself?
Bologna.
Every time we talk about sandwiches, you can't just say bologna.
Bologna with ketchup and mustard?
Oh boy, here we go. This is Sandwich Talk Part 6.
2.0. This was
7?
Ashley that asked this too. So
I don't make any other. Well, I guess, I could make a roast beef sandwich. I guess. That is very rare that I have roast beef sitting around. Like, who just has stuff to make a sandwich around all the time? Like, I don't eat peanut butter.
What do
most
you mean?
people.
Yeah.
Bread. Two pieces of bread.
Pretty
It's very
common.
rare I have bread in my house. Very rare.
Every time we talk about food, Cameron drops a bombshell.
Very rare. Doesn't eat gravy. You don't have
Now-
bread in your house.
No, we do sometimes, but like, it's not something that.
But you do have bologna.
No, I don't have. No, I don't. Who can afford bologna? It's cheaper to buy lobster at this point.
What?
Bologna costs more per pound than lobster does per pound.
Are you serious?
Look it up.
No way.
Why
it
would
up.
you ever want to buy a pound of bologna?
Why wouldn't you want to buy a pound of bologna?
Wow.
A lot to digest here.
That's also the other problem with bologna.
Wow.
I have not bought bologna in years.
Me neither.
I was unaware of the bologna crisis of 2022.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's not a crisis, but if you go next time you go to the grocery store, go look at the price of like a big, not the packages, but like, you know, the big one you see in the deli counter. Go look at the price. It will make your hair turn white.
I
So-
can understand the increases in beef and other things, but bologna?
Yeah, bologna.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Exactly.
bologna is expensive, man. They used to call it poor man's steak.
So you buy
Everything is.
lobster now instead of.
yeah, no. No, I'm just saying, lobster is actually cheaper.
Cameron's like, I now make lobster sandwiches.
I've never
I
eaten
eat them with my
lobster.
bib on.
Well, you didn't jump on that one. That's good. I never ate lobster before.
Goes along with
Never tried it. Never touched it.
barbecue and the steaks every morning.
You
There.
don't eat lobster.
Never tried it.
Can we get back
Or
to the
gravy.
ketchup and mustard thing?
You got a problem against ketchup and mustard? We got to fight now.
You put that on everything, or is that a bologna specific thing?
Bologna and mustard together, other than a hot dog.
And ketchup?
Ketchup and mustard go on a hot dog and bologna.
Fancy
Sandwich.
sauce.
Fancy sauce.
Cameron's making fancy sauce.
What else does it go on?
Those two things together? Nothing that I know.
So you mix ketchup and mustard together.
No, I don't. No, I put one on and then put the other on. You don't
I'm not
mix them
going to diss
together.
it because I never tried it.
But you won't. Oh, no, it's not bad.
No, so what I
Mixed
did.
together, it's not bad.
So listen, this is what I did.
America
I
Industries
just-
was the
the
first
guy
one to come
who's
up with that
telling me.
idea.
Yeah, the guy who's telling me is the guy who won't try all this other stuff. That's why I'm a little.
So you put them.
Oh yeah, put them both on. Gravy? No, I won't eat gravy.
The ketchup goes on first. You do it in a circle, and then you put mustard on in a circle and slam it together. The sandwich.
Because if you
together.
did it in the opposite order, it would wreck the sandwich.
It actually would. In my brain, it would. It's kind of like going to McDonald's. What's
Oh
the first
my
thing you do?
gosh.
Eat the fries. You see those people. Pick up a hamburger
I know.
first.
They take a bite of the burger first,
Oh,
then have a couple
drives me
fries. Uncivilized
Oh, that's what I
bunches.
mean. It's like, look, it's the guy sits down. First thing he opens up his hamburger. I'm like, what is that guy
When
doing?
I open my burger, it's because there's not one fry
That's right.
left.
That is right.
I agree with you on that.
It's wild.
I
Bunch of
I
animals.
actually saw that not that long ago. I saw a guy sit down. I was like, oh, look, he's got a Big Mac. Open the Big Mac. I'm like, what is he doing? He's like, eating the Big Mac, not touching the fries. I'm like, You should be beaten to
Who
death.
wants to eat the fries last?
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they could be, it's because they get cold. They get cold first.
Whose side you on? You want
No,
to
I'm saying that's why you eat the fries
My
first.
fries are going to be cold. They're not going to be as good. I'm going to
Yeah.
eat them, but the burger's still going to be fine.
Well, it's not me fine, but yes, I understand what you mean.
The order is you do the fries first because they get cold.
Yes.
Then you do the burger.
Yes.
And then you check the status of the bag fries. They're probably a little lukewarm, but you scrape them out of the bottom.
That's true.
And then you eat those last as a nice tasty
So
treat.
now the question is, if you had fries, hamburger, and chicken nuggets, how does the order go?
Well, you still eat the fries first.
Exactly, but what goes next?
You would
Nuggets.
eat the nuggets.
I agree totally.
Burger's main thing.
Burger's
It's
the
main.
last thing. He's
It's
like
the
the
main.
he's like the
Three
cleanup.
course
Three-course meal.
expensive meal.
Yes,
You
Okay.
eat the burger last.
exactly.
Wow. This
There
is
you
so
go.
true, though.
I know. And did you see anybody deviate from that? You were like somewhere inherently in your brain, it's like snaps. You're like, what are you
Oh,
doing?
gosh. This is very true, though. That's the thing. It's very true.
I'm gonna come over there, I'm gonna drop kick you.
Yep.
Sit down and go, fries first.
I think I'm going to try and force myself to eat burger first next time. See what happens to me.
Your fries are cold, man.
You're gonna
You
be
might
disappointed.
die.
The other thing is, too, it's been ingrained in me since I was young, and no one taught me this, that, like, because I'm a fussy eater, there's some stuff on my plate that isn't my favorite, but I can do it.
Yes. You
So I
power
eat-
through it.
Yes, but I eat it first.
Vegetables,
I want it over with.
Vegetables.
Like, if there's green beans on my plate, I don't mind green beans, but I'm down in all those bad boys first because I love mashed potatoes. I love whatever
Yep.
meat's on my plate. So it's almost like I want to end on my best possible bite.
yes.
I don't want to
Yeah,
end
I
on
do-
something
I
that I'm
know
like,
what you
yeah,
mean.
green
So I
beans.
do
I
the
know what you mean.
vegetables, then the potatoes, then on to whatever meat or whatever.
Well,
you have
I don't know
now.
what you are going to think about this, but I will take part of the potato on the fork, stab the bean,
That's okay.
eat them together.
That's
Oh,
okay.
That's fine.
Most things are paired together in a dinner because they go well together and complement each other.
Yeah.
Correct.
So you,
I didn't know that
think
was why.
you-
Or it could be just
Wow.
something in your messed up head.
Okay.
You don't want to put two things on a plate that, like, when you put them in your mouth together, are going to make you want to throw up.
Never really thought of it. But it makes a lot of sense. Makes
It's
a
like
lot of
those
sense.
people that put
There's
Viewing
reasons
life
you have
It's like
to
those
find out.
people. It's like those people that put pineapple on a pizza. I'm sorry,
I don't get that.
I don't
can't.
understand it.
I don't.
I'll eat it if it's there, but I'm not going to order it.
Well, my
Yeah, I
no,
enjoy it. I'm on
here's-
board.
Here's what my boss does. My old boss, he would get one and he'd have pineapple on it, but he'd have hot peppers on the same thing. And I'm looking, I'm like, what is this? He goes, you need to just try it. I'm like, dude, that's got pineapple
Yeah.
and a hot pepper, like a habanero. I'm like, that's weird. But when you bite into it, it's like hot and then sweet. Sweet and hot.
I just
It's
don't
like
want-
the weirdest
I
thing.
don't want sweet on
I just
pizza.
don't want fruit on my
I
pizza.
know exactly, and that's what I told him. I was like, "This is wrong. What do you mean pineapple should not go into pizza?" Well, they let you do it. I was like, "They let you put a hamburger on. Like if they let you put a potato on the top, would you put a potato on the top?"
Do you know how I eat pineapple? As pineapple.
Yes, exactly. It's a stand.
A slice
alone.
of pineapple is how I eat pineapple.
I think
Yeah.
if you're going to put pineapple on the pizza, we should rethink the whole concept.
Oh,
And
here we
make
go.
it a breakfast pizza.
Yeah.
Like, get rid of that tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Let's bring some hollandaise sauce in here instead.
Applesauce.
Okay.
Apple
You might
sauce.
be onto something here.
Gary's he just invented it.
We got bacon.
We copyrighted it.
We got all your sausage, breakfast meats. That can come on here. That's welcome.
Yeah,
Egg.
it's true.
Egg.
A runny
Yep.
egg right in the middle.
Yep. Perfect.
Oh, it's sunny side
Oh,
up.
man.
You can
wonder
do
if
some
IHOP
scrambled
makes that.
eggs around there too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gary.
Gary.
Now
You
we can
guys-
bring some other fruits in. I'm not.
Hold it now.
We can,
Hold it. We
can bring some melons and stuff.
somewhere.
Ooh, some grapes.
Strawberries. Yes.
Grapes.
grapes. Yeah, grapes.
Oh, my land. I think we're onto something.
Chorus could have that too. I mean, you're talking chorus realm of stuff there.
With hollandaise sauce. A little bit of syrup around on the crust there.
Oh, syrup
Do,
in the crust.
Powdered sugar.
You guys have IHOP in Fredericton?
No.
So we have one in Moncton.
Right
And
beside
and
the
they,
casino. Not
yeah.
that I know where it is.
Oh yeah. We were there last weekend.
Never gone.
I tried to go
Really?
there once and they told me it would be 2 hours.
Well, that's because that's
Long time to wait for a waffle.
Oh,
Gary.
everyone's waiting for good stuff.
I was to one IHOP. It was when I was in Vegas. That's where I went to IHOP. Was in Vegas.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to go that far anymore.
Well, I would hope
But,
not.
yeah, but they
it was good.
approach that mentality of because they it's International House of Pancakes. They don't want to be just breakfast.
What?
They want to.
Is that what IHOP stands for?
Okay, I didn't know if you were being serious or not.
Sarcasm, Gary.
So
Wow.
they want people to also go for supper, and they don't want to just do all day breakfast. So they have these. They have like other
But
menu
breakfast
stuff.
at supper can be done. And my grandmother used to do it. She would have pancakes and sausages
Yes.
every
Well,
so often for supper. And
so
it was like
at home,
amazing.
I think doing that at home is one thing. I just wouldn't go out. If I'm going to go out to eat at supper, I'm
You
not
don't want
going to go
breakfast.
get breakfast. But at home, I get it.
Now, having said that, when Tyson got married and we all went out that morning for breakfast,
Oh yeah,
just saying,
yeah.
They make a good breakfast.
they make a good breakfast. Boy, I
I
could have
forget
had
the name
that.
of the.
I could have had that for breakfast, dinner, and supper.
Yeah,
What was that place? It's just a little place, eh?
Reeds.
Reed's?
Reeds. Yeah,
Reeds.
yeah. It's.
And as
Oh,
everybody can tell
man.
by now, we are huge fans of food.
I'm so.
I'll get a
hungry.
breakfast.
I am so hungry too. I figure that in my head.
Ah.
I'm like, I'm so hungry.
I'll get a
Okay.
breakfast at the big stop every now and then.
Oh, yeah?
Like lunch or supper time.
Yeah,
I'm
I
in the
never
mood.
do anymore.
Steak and eggs, actually.
There
Steak
you
and
go.
eggs.
There you
go.
Steak and eggs in the morning is good.
Well, so usually if I'm doing stuff at the church, I'll go have breakfast at Jean's beforehand. Jean's restaurant there, and you know it's
that
it's
one
nice.
down the Mountain Road down there.
Yeah, it's right. It's just not far past the casino.
Yeah, I know where it is. I've seen, yeah.
It's nice. It's
always
what
packed.
you want. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a big shiny plate of food. It's got to be everything's shiny. That's what you want. You want shiny pan fries. You want shiny eggs, shiny sausages.
Yeah.
The whole bit.
No,
right?
but it reminds me of like here in Miramichi, there's Schulten's back past the base on Route 11.
Oh, that's really good.
Underrated breakfast,
Yeah.
and the portage is right there, and Kingsway, of course, and all. But just that style of that style of breakfast, like you go in and you order like, no, I want the hearty, or I want
Yeah.
the trucker's
Yeah.
breakfast,
and
it's
you
like
get a heaving helping.
3 eggs, 4 sausage, 3 pieces of bacon,
When they used to do the
2
relay,
pieces of toast. Like it's like this is my plate. Yeah,
Yeah.
when we used to do the relay for life, we went to the portage the next morning after being up all night. And it was like that was the greatest breakfast you could have ever gotten.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
Something about being that tired too and having a big
And
plate of
you
breakfast.
watch the sun coming up. It's like, as a kid, you thought, look at there, I could stay up all night. Look at the sun. I've accomplished
Oh,
something. When
gosh.
you're older, you're like, I can't believe the sun is coming up.
It was Friday last night. I went to bed at 10. I was not crawling in there.
So I think to answer the question, a breakfast wrap.
Yeah. Easiest one to make.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I would say like the whole Western because it's easy. It's toast and eggs. You just
Toast,
slap
eggs,
some
and bacon.
eggs in the throw them in there. And, yeah.
Westerns are so good. I have Westerns for supper every so often.
Oh, you gotta stop. Oh, I'm gonna eat this microphone. I'm gonna start chewing on it.
I just keep thinking about the pizza that's sitting home right now.
Oh
It's
man,
calling my name.
I'm thinking about the pizza that's sitting at your home right now.
Food.
We are sad sacks.
Food.
We all spring right to life. Talk about terrible food. We all have strong opinions,
It's
thoughts,
funny, eh?
experiences.
It's because it's funny. It's that one thing that we as a collective group normally get along, but you bring food up, it does bring out the antagonism in all of
Who
us.
doesn't eat gravy? Like my land. I don't understand.
So what did so I've eaten like a turkey pie, right? And then
With gravy in it.
yes, and the guy at work, Ed, who happened to bring that up, he goes, "I'm going to tell those guys that you eat turkey pie." I'm like, "What do you mean? It has gravy in it." I'm like, "Yeah, but not that much." He goes, "Doesn't matter. You still had gravy. You still enjoyed it, and that you should be called out."
He obviously listens to.
He does. He listens. So he was gonna
awesome,
he was gonna
Ed.
rat me out, and he's like,
great.
"I'm gonna call you out." I was like, "You go right ahead." And I was
But
like,
you trying to just say, yeah, but there's not that much gravy in it. You know you can choose how much gravy you put on your plate.
It's a predetermined.
It's like I don't like my food swimming in gravy. Cool story. So don't. You know? Like, how much
out.
cream do you want in your coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
He.
I never
mean you
did.
don't
I've
drink
never
the-
tried coffee.
You don't drink the bean.
Cameron's not on the bean.
I'm not on the bean.
You're not running the roast.
the roast.
No crude for Cameron.
Yeah. Refining
But
the
the whole
crude.
point is when they ask you, how do you like your coffee? You can pick 1 cream, 2 cream, 3 cream. You can do 1 milk, 2 milk, 3 milk. You can do 4 milk if you want.
You can do a sugar
get
or
why-
you can do a twin.
And here's the funny part. I don't
Cameron
understand
pictures
why you
Christmas
get so...
dinner, you press the gravy button.
We're going to find out as a kid,
A
you're
dispenser.
really young, someone poured the entire gravy boat out on your plate and you were forced to eat the whole thing.
Well, it's funny because I was talking to my mom not that long ago, and I said, I was kind of tormenting Katie at the time, and I said something about, I don't eat gravy. And I said, Mom, can you confirm? And Mom goes, oh yeah, never touch it. Would refuse to touch it. Katie goes, that doesn't make any sense. It is what it is. Nope. Still haven't. Katie said she can't go to Swiss Chalet if you see you get the.
I don't know that you can trust someone who won't eat gravy.
I think we're past that, buddy. We've been friends a long time.
Yeah, right.
You imagine after 30 years.
30 years.
I can't
we
trust
can't be friends
Cameron.
anymore.
I can't trust him anymore.
No, I'm done. All the experiences, all the things that happened. Yeah, you don't like gravy, you're dead to me.
Doesn't drink coffee.
Well, that's fine.
Doesn't eat gravy.
That's fine.
Will they revoke your lairdship for this?
You try it, you'll be in the dungeon.
Wow. But zebra cakes.
You of
2
all
thumbs up for zebra cakes.
you of all people cannot say anything about zebra cakes.
I won't, but I eat gravy and drink coffee.
Yeah,
That's
but,
the point.
At the same time.
yeah, but I don't drink.
Gary will admit to you, he didn't even know what a zebra cake was. But
yes.
Gary eats gravy and drinks coffee.
There's always those things that not everybody. I'm not a sheep. I don't have to go with the flow of all the people.
Cameron, I will not eat something that everybody else eats. Hey, here's this random dessert that none of you have ever heard tell of. Just me.
Start the convoy to Ottawa. I will not eat gravy and no one else is going to make me eat it.
Zach is a whole
It's Trudeau's fault.
gravy train. I'm just saying. Go down the gravy train.
I feel like gravy is something that makes turkey easier to eat.
Yeah.
Why it helps it slide
It's
down?
like you're
Especially
actually
if you're a white, if you like the white meat.
the white.
no,
Yeah.
I like
Alright.
dark meat.
Well, I mean, I can understand why. The white's too dry.
You
It's
find the white meat a little dry, don't you?
I wonder if you can do anything about that.
I really do find that.
But that's why. That's why we put gravy on it.
Going back to talking about how one thing complements the other on a plate.
Yeah, nice segue.
Oh my gosh, we're
Boys.
still talking about food.
And
That's what people are thinking.
to end it on this note,
I'm so
if
hungry.
there's one food that you could probably never actually have again that you wish you could have one more time, what would it be?
Why can't I have it again?
Well, Gary, I'll give you my
It's your
example.
last meal, Gary.
I'll give you my example. McPizza.
So they took it away from us.
They did.
Who's
McDonald's again.
they? Oh,
Telling you, this conspiracy.
Well, we're going to go clog the drive-thru. Have ourselves a protest till we get McPizza back.
Get me a couch and get me a 4-wheeler.
Hot tub in the drive-thru.
I had this once where Golden Grahams disappeared for a number of years. And they eventually came to their senses and brought them back.
came to their senses.
So Gary, well,
I don't really eat sugary cereal that much anymore, so I don't actually eat them anymore.
So for me as a kid, it was Fruity Pebbles, and then it got banned in Canada.
Oh, Fruity Pebbles was good.
It was banned?
It was banned. You couldn't get Fruity Pebbles in Canada
Why was it banned?
because it was
Probably
a
the same reason Golden Grahams disappeared.
it was a choking hazard. They used to be small little pellets kind of things,
Oh.
and some kid, unfortunately, passed
Ruined it
away.
for everybody.
Ruined it for everybody. Passed away, and anyway, they banned it, so you can only get them in the States. But then they changed them in the States to like a
They're bigger.
Frosty Flake or Frosted Flakes. That's what they look like.
Thanks,
I was-
Obama.
I was wow, more like Reagan. Holy mother.
No, it was Obama.
Okay.
Next thing you know, they're going to take our Kinder Surprises too.
Oh wait. So anyway, I was walking through the grocery store the other day. Fruity Pebbles on the shelf. First time I've seen them since I was a little kid.
Next thing you know, you're going to tell me that Captain Crunch's Crunch Berries are back.
What if I did?
What if I told
Look
you?
at Tyson. Tyson's getting all squirrely over here. He's like an
I might
addict.
just go cuckoo for Cocoa Pops if you
man.
told me that.
You want to talk about the hardships of the pandemic? Well, you know how Kellogg's isn't making
Yeah.
right. So we've been getting the no
What's
name
Kellogg's not making?
Cornflakes?
cornflakes.
Yeah.
Alphabets?
I think
Frosted
Rice
Flakes,
Krispies.
Corn Flakes,
Are you
Rice
serious?
Krispies.
Yeah.
Rice Krispies?
Yeah.
How have I not known this?
All
Yeah,
the
I don't
shelves
know,
are
man.
empty. The
This is
breakfast
like-
shelf, like the cereal
No,
shelves.
we've
How
been
am I going to have my Rice Krispie treats?
We've been getting the no name cornflakes
Don't
and the
they all
no name
come
Rice
from the same
Krispies.
factory?
Yeah, that's what I always wondered, right?
It's down the hall because it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. But
It's not bad, but it's not the same. Yeah,
I will tell you though, we switched to a lot of the no name cereals because it's literally half the cost.
it is a lot.
Like
less
a small
expensive.
box of Fruit Loops for the boys is $5 or $6,
$5, yeah.
but the family size box of the no name is $3.
yeah,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
So not only is it half the price, it's twice as much
What
cereal.
do they call the Fruit Loops
They
now?
didn't notice the difference.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Fruity Loops, or
Fruity
something?
Loops or something like that, yeah.
and didn't notice the difference. No idea. So I think it's hit or miss depending on.
Yeah.
But it depends. Like,
Because I did notice, I tried the no name Cheerios.
oh, you'll notice the difference.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Eating it, I don't notice a difference. It's almost like there's a slight aftertaste or something. Something's not.
Something's off.
Yeah, something's not quite. Like it wasn't bad. It just wasn't it wasn't Cheerios.
Yeah.
Like if that's all I knew, I probably wouldn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you notice it, but like half the cost. Like
Yeah, it's rough.
groceries are so expensive.
to live.
Insane.
It's hard to live your life day to day with stuff like this.
Inflation.
You
This
know?
is what the podcast is turned. Just hard to live. By the time this episode comes out, gas is $2.30 a liter.
Oh,
It's $10
man.
for a box of cereal that doesn't exist because they're not even making it. Can't afford bologna.
Bologna.
That bologna is too expensive, more than lobster. I tells yous.
So I'm going to protest by not having gravy.
There you go. I am. There. I've already started the hunger strike.
No gravy for me. No more coffee.
Yeah.
I won't.
I'm off the bean.
I'm off the bean. No more crude for me. There'll be no crude in my house.
Not in my watch.
No more hitting the bean.
I'm so hungry. Oh my gosh. I'm going to order so much terrible food and eat it all the way to Moncton. I'm going to eat for an hour. Oh, man.
Jeremy looks like he's about to fade away.
You know what,
Yeah.
though? Are you like me, though, in that, like, when you get sometimes, so, like, I know me tonight, this is what's going to happen to me. So I'm going to go film a thing tonight. I'm going to leave late.
Yeah.
I'm not even hungry. I shouldn't be bad. And I'm going to
minutes
leave
later.
late. What I'm going to do? Well, the drive-thru's still
Yeah,
open.
I know.
Are you going to do that knowing your current condition?
I get a day to catch up.
It catches us all in the end.
I will say, not a sponsor, but thank you, Pepto-Bismol. You were getting me through the last 2-3 months of my life.
Tyson just pours the pop out of the fast food drink and puts the Pepto in.
Tyson's got the Pepto-Bismol
Man, oh,
right in
man.
the fridge, right where the pop and the water is.
I'm not even getting like jokes aside.
If you look
like,
quick, it looks
man.
like a strawberry milkshake.
Well, it tastes like the peppermints Mom used to hide in her purse for church. If you had a peppermint in your mouth, you weren't talking or making noise.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Does Pepto Bismol come in like a flat of 24?
At least it should at least come in packs of 4.
Tyson's gonna get the family bottle, a 2 liter or something.
I'm going through a bottle. These are cracking jokes. I'm going through a bottle every 2 days.
Cow. You must as well
I
stock
can't
in the company.
digest. Just a cold.
Oh, man.
But he's not.
Tell my
bitter.
rectum it's just a cold. I fell into a burning ring of fire.
Oh.
Just a cold this.
Oh,
On that
man.
note, you lads want to go share a hot tub with me?
Man, these bubbles are nice. Oh, I haven't turned them on yet.
Got a problem with your water there, Tice? Or?
Why looks like you got a little iron in it? Nope.
A little iron in it.
Is that gravy?
Oh.
We're back to food. You know what I do? Like, I'm going to go order a bunch of food. And like, it's just a cascade of terrible decisions that happen. I know they're going to happen. I order too much. I know if I have a little bit and I wait, it's enough to like stave off the hunger. So what do I do knowing that? I shove as much food as possible in the window where I'm hungry so I can have more food before I start to feel bad.
Well, it's yeah, because you guys
Horrible.
Yep.
Katie makes fun of me because I eat so slow. And you guys have all eaten with me. So you guys are all done and I'm still working my way through it. Would you just get done? Like, come on, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I savor every bite. It's like, but I'm not hungry 20 minutes later.
Ugh. All right, well.
Yeah.
Bye.
Jeremy just fell on the floor in exhaustion looking for food.
Yeah.
What's our time?
1 hour and 6 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Our first 10 minutes might bore people, but
We don't care.
and you know what we didn't even acknowledge?
What's that?
That was episode 30.
Is that really 30?
Number
Well-
30. We didn't say a thing. We didn't acknowledge. Like,
We're still recording.
30. We finally made it, people. We made it to 30. I don't even know. Like, seriously, like, what else?
Is that your 1930s voice?
No, it goes like this. It goes, I like spark plugs. The best spark plugs in the world.
What is happening?
I don't know what's happening.
We never heard those old 30s. Yeah, I like that.
No, we weren't alive then.
Oh, man, I've been playing this Silent Hunter game. It's from like 2005.
Is that sub when you were talking
Yeah. And there's a little like gramophone on it that you just hit play. And it plays like all these like pop songs from the 30s. So I have all this like.
Jeremy's got this fountain of knowledge from the 30s swing music.
Yeah. All over the place. Over there. And I go around all day with these like show tunes from the 30s in my head.
That stuff's probably not copyrighted. We could probably use that.
It's true.
It's 100 years old. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's
That
true.
is true. Good call.
Can you imagine?
Just fill our show up with show tunes.
That's his moments.
We become a show tune reaction podcast.
All of our segments segued with 30s show tunes because it's not
You
copyrighted.
hear the big bands and the horns and everything.
Brass Bonanza.
Brass banana.
Wow.
This, 30 episodes.
30
of
episodes.
nonsense.
Isn't that crazy though? Jokes aside.
30
Yeah.
episodes. We've done, that's
You realize that's 30
that's 29
hours
more
we've
than I
been
thought
talking.
we would do.
That's over 30 hours.
Over 30
of our
hours.
voices.
I believe that's a form of torture in some countries.
Wow.
What have we been talking about for 30 hours? Nothing.
Gravy.
What gravy?
Woods of Jamaica.
Jeremy being hungry.
Oh, actually, you know what? You know where you could get a pretty good synopsis of what we've been talking about is the best of episode we put out a while back.
Yeah.
You know what, Jeremy? I think you're right. So look it up.
Wow. This is
This is something.
This is the most random.
if listeners are thinking we're stretching this, we are. We've run out of things to talk about after 30 episodes. It's
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think so. It's just sometimes it's a mood, right? You got to kind of, you know,
What?
it was just a joke.
just got to kind of get a groove.
Cameron's just feeling the vibes,
Feel the
man.
vibe,
he's like-
man.
He's got his love seat and his lava lamp.
And his fish and his
He's hitting the bean for the first time.
27-degree room.
Hitting the bean for the first time.
Velvet love seat, sipping on the bean. Yeah,
snorting the
man.
gravy.
Looking at my fish going, hey, dog.
Oh, wow.
Listening to the presidents of the United States.
President of the United States. Yeah.
And as we move through the country, collecting a lot of peaches, just like to thank all the listeners out there for
I believe
listening to us for 30 episodes. And if you have listened to us for all 30 episodes, we're sorry.
we apologize profusely.
Yeah.
But it's really your fault.
Just you and Gump sitting alone on a park bench.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, jokes aside, thanks everybody. Thanks to all our sponsors for the last 30 episodes. And
I'm so hungry.
We got to go before Jeremy eats the microphone. He's already eaten the pop filter. You folks can't see.
Because it says pop, like a drink.
It said
Yeah,
pop.
so I ate it.
He did.
Yep. All right. See you, everybody. Thanks
you
for
later.
listening.
Thanks for
See ya,
listening.
31.
It's kind of like going to McDonald's. What's the first thing you do? Eat the fries. You see those people? You see those people pick up a hamburger first?
They take a bite of the burger first, then have a couple
drives me
fries. Uncivilized.
Oh, that's what I
bunches.
mean. It's like, look, it's the guy sits down first thing. He opens up his hamburger. I'm like, what is that guy?
When I
doing?
open my burger, it's because there's not one fry
That's right.
left.
That is right.
You just wasted some of your life listening to the Bush League podcast. You must stop what you're doing right now. Like and subscribe and leave a 5-star rating. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and like us on Facebook.